morning, past traders. It's Monday, the 19th of May, and I just wanted to do a quick video on what I'm looking for the week ahead. With it being Monday, I thought it was a good opportunity to post this video. So I start off with a profile with all my weekly charts lined up, and then we'll go through those charts and filter out those that I don't see any opportunity. So quickly starting on the Euro Aussie, already in a short position here, and might consider looking to add, but probably not until this trend line here breaks. But because we're in it already, we'll keep that chart up. Euro dollar, it's been a funny one. We don't have much of a preceding trend here. We had this large pin bar, and my hunch is that we're going to see this drop, but as per the past strategy rules, we need more of a preceding trend, and we just don't have it in this situation. So I'm going to sit this one out, certainly for the past strategy. I am actually trading it on a different strategy that I use, but I won't be going into that in detail here. Onto the pound dollar. Now here, I do think there is some opportunity. So, sorry, go back to the euro dollar, and I'm just going to grey this out so that I don't pay attention to that. Okay, so pound dollar. If we check the monthly chart, we can see that we broke out of this triangle several months ago now, and I see that there might be an opportunity to trade down to a retest of this triangle. Long term, I think this will probably go up, but we might get a retrace back down here. We're also at significant monthly resistance, which is shown by this dashed brown line now. You can see here, tested that line there, and we're now up at that line here again. So pound dollar, I like the look of. From the weekly perspective, let's just zoom out a little bit. Yeah, we had this pin bar here the week before last. There was some indecision last week. The pound seems to continue to be quite strong, and that's the main concern here. Although there was some news out over the weekend where the Governor of the Bank of England, Mark Carney, expressed his concern over the housing situation. So there's opportunity here, I think. So we'll leave that one white. Moving on to the dollar yen. Past wise, there's nothing really there. We don't have a preceding trend, so let's make that grey for the time being. Aussie dollar. I think there's an opportunity here on the Aussie dollar. If we look at the monthly, last month we had a nice pin bar. We had this pin bar that was in January, then this pin bar last month, which was April. So we're at a level of resistance here, shown by this brown dotted line, and we can see that the trend overall, whilst it's not particularly strong, it does seem to be going down. So we may get some continuation down to this trend line here. I mean, I would hope that we might actually break through that. If it's going to go down, I can see it going down a fair bit, at least to test this kind of level here. So the Aussie dollar, back to the weekly. Last week was a doji, which we can see a bit more clearly if I zoom in. So that is clearly showing that there is a bit of indecision in the market, and we can take a trend line right there. So touch there, touch there, touch there. So there's a good chance, I think, that we could see this go down, and even if it just does hit this trend line, you've still got in the region of 750 to 800 pips that you could probably take out of it without a break of this line here. So I think there is some possible opportunity in the Aussie dollar, so I'm going to leave that white. A dollar CAD weekly, not a great deal. Quick scan at the monthly. I mean, this does look as if it's topping, but I'm not overly enamoured by what I'm seeing on the charts there, so I'll probably leave the dollar CAD for the time being. Grey that one out. The dollar Swiss, very similar to the euro dollar, but the opposite way. So nothing really for me to trade with the past strategy on this one, so we'll grey that out. Euro yen, monthly chart is looking very toppy at the moment. We had this big bearish engulfing candle. We had indecision last month. This month has been total bear. Down onto the weekly chart, it's this upward trend just looks as if it's running out of steam, and there's a very vague kind of triangle. This isn't great, it's not very specific, but we can see that there was this consolidation area here, and it's broken out of that, and it's broken to the downside. I do think that we could see some continuation here. We don't really have, certainly in the last few weeks, much in the way of a preceding trend. However, looking at it from the monthly perspective, there is definitely, you don't get much stronger than that. So I'm going to keep the euro yen open at the moment and see if we can find some opportunities there. On to the pound yen. Very similar story to the euro yen, although we haven't seen quite as decisive a move to the south side. However, it's actually, looking at it there, it's a little bit cleaner. And the same with the euro dollar has dropped quite considerably. The pound dollar hasn't yet. The pound might just be taking a little bit longer to give up and roll over and let the bears kick in. So I'm interested in this one. I'm going to keep that open. The Aussie dollar, the Aussie Kiwi. If we look at the monthly here, there's this huge monthly move down, and it literally stopped dead in its tracks down at this previous level of support down here. So this area 1.051 is obviously a really strong. This zone down here is really strong. There's a lot of probably buyers and bulls sitting around in this area. Hasn't yet made any sort of decisive move back again, but that monthly pin bar there, this, with this one here, then all we've got now is consolidation. I think there could be an opportunity for this to move up. On the weekly chart, again we can see that this is just consolidating. So I'm not interested in it yet, but if we break out of this candle pattern, triangle, wedge type pattern, then I might get interested. We had a big bullish engulfing a couple of weeks ago, but with the past strategy there wasn't much for preceding trend, certainly immediately. So I'm going to leave it at the moment, but I think there is some opportunity there moving forward. Aussie CAD, similar to Aussie dollar in many respects. This actually looks quite good. Let me have a look at the weekly. Nothing really there in the weekly. There's definitely topping happening here, but this level here worries me. This zone between there and there is going to be quite strong support, so I'll probably leave this pair just now. Don't want to focus on too many things at one time anyway. So Aussie yen, nah, it just doesn't look good to me at the moment. Euro CAD, I'm in this short already. I think there's a good chance that this could drop significantly, so I'll be keeping my shorts open. I've discussed that in previous videos anyway, but we'll keep it light. Kiwi dollar. So this one was highlighted in Nigel's report. Big weekly pin bar there, and not engulfing candle there, but that's a big bear candle. Big pin bar, small pin bar last week. There's definitely opportunity. This is just consolidating at the top up here, and I think a drop down could see some significant downside momentum. This line of support could be an issue, but we'll see what happens. If you look at the monthly chart as well, zoom out a little bit, we're right at the tops, historical levels here. So there's every chance that this may drop. It's not a great preceding trend, but in the same token, if Nigel's looking at it, then I think it's worth some more consideration. So we will leave the Kiwi dollar up. Gold, nothing to be seen really on the weekly. I mean, we have had some nice pin bars here. On the monthly chart, it's looking. This looks as if it might make another turn up, but I'm not going to be trading it. So we'll grey that one out. And pound Aussie, Euro Aussie has already dropped significantly. Monthly chart shows big bears taking control back in March. So indecision last month. This month hasn't moved particularly far so far, but I think if it's it's quite highly correlated with the Euro Aussie, so we could see some movement here. There's actually, just looking at that there, a nice trend line, weekly trend line, that if that breaks we could see some momentum, so I'm going to keep that one open. And the pound Kiwi, we're just range bound in the pound Kiwi, so I'm not interested in that at the moment. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I do on a weekly basis. The beauty of this strategy is that you can watch a lot of pairs because you're doing your main analysis on a weekly basis. So I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs that are worth consideration and a little bit of attention during the course of the week. Hope you have enjoyed this video. I will make another video shortly which just goes over in more detail what I'm looking at specifically to trade this week. Thank you.